Aliens have landed on Earth, and where they chose to land? A shopping mall in Miami. Yes, yeah, aliens are here, and they chose this particular area to land and walk around in. So the other week from recording this, people at a shopping mall, an outside shopping mall in Miami, Florida, claim to have seen 10-foot tall aliens running at them, doing whatever. People were running away everywhere. Loads of police turned up, and there were literally people phoning the police saying there are aliens in Miami. Listen, let's get this straight, right? Aliens, whether or not you believe they exist, I do find it difficult to believe that our planet, in all the galaxies and all the worlds, Milky Ways, whatever, I don't know things, that we are the only life form out there. And I don't mean like people, it could be like a tiny little caterpillar on another planet. You know what I mean? However, and no judgment to people who believe in aliens, because I believe in ghosts. And it has sent the internet into a frenzy. And of course, all the conspiracy theorists are involved. They believe that these 10-foot aliens were just walking around outside the shopping center being like, we're just being aliens. You know what I mean? Let's have a look.
Something very sinister and sketchy is going on. So yesterday in Miami, Florida, officers were contacted because a group of teenagers were fighting and those teenagers were armed. Now this is the part that doesn't really make any sense at all. Reports say that there were only 4 teenagers armed that were fighting. Why do you need all these police cars for only 4 people with weapons? Now here are several more reasons why the situation isn't adding up. An airport got shut down, helicopters were in the air, gunshots were reported, crowds of people were running, 61,000 homes lost their power, but there were only 1 to 2 witness claims and absolutely no ground footage? Something just isn't adding up. But something sinister is going on. This tweet says there was a 10-foot alien or creature fired at inside and outside the Miami Mall. However, the media remained silent and the cops covered it up, saying that it was just kids fighting with fireworks and other weapons, even though there were black military choppers and cop cars everywhere. This man right here was a witness to the situation. I'm going to play a small clip of him explaining it.
Next thing you know, real like gunshots start going off. So you know what I'm saying? Like we trying to follow the crowd, get out of there. I look back, no cap, yo. No cap. I look back, it looked like a big ass shadow, but it was solid at the same time, like a few shadows, but they were solid at the same time. And it almost looked like they was coming our direction, like they was chasing us, but they was disappearing and reappearing closer. So I'm like, yo, what? So we start really moving. Next thing you know, we start hearing more gunshots. Like these dudes start firing at this shit. Get outside, mad police, all that. You know what I'm saying? The police is like trying to get all the people that ran out the mall.
This is surveillance footage of the creature that was being shot at. And this is more surveillance footage of the creature that was being shot at. There is something going on that we're not being told about. What are your thoughts about this situation? Let me know in the comments.
Okay, so straight up, listen, the guy that he played a clip off actually went on TikTok and was like, I wasn't there, I'm only doing it for views and stuff like that. Of course, the conspiracy theorists are like, has been silenced by the government. Okay, so one thing I want to point out that this guy mentioned in this video is that there was airport closures, there were power cuts, there were all this other stuff. None of this happened. None of that stuff happened. This is kind of like a chain reaction of rumors that people have been putting out that people just kind of quote to make content. However, the footage of that alien, I do admit, a bit creepy, looks a bit sketchy, right? Let's have another look. Let's have another look at that alien just walking out on the side, just in public, doing its thing. So it might be difficult to, so this is it. It's like this shadowy, wispy kind of creature. Everyone was like, shadow aliens, it's a shadow alien. This is where the shadow thing's coming from. When it's clearly just really terrible footage, but it does look tall. It kind of looks like it's moving, like that alpha male from the other video.
It's like that right there, boom, yes.
It does look suspicious. It looks ghostly. If I saw that and someone's like, this is a ghost, I'm like, yeah, it's a ghost. Absolutely, it's fact, you know? Okay, let's hear from another witness to this, right? If a lot of people are saying they were there and there were definitely aliens, surely these people are credible? Incredible. No, what's the word? Story time. I was at the mall in Miami. The media is lying.
I was actually at the mall in Miami when all those police showed up, and I'm here to tell you right now, the story that the mainstream media is putting out is not the real story. This might get my account banned, but I have to tell the truth. So this trip to the mall started just like any other trip to the mall I have. I didn't have a lot of money, and I'm looking for opportunities to steal. No, there were no crop circles or no grotesque smells. If you're looking for a sci-fi story, you were on the wrong page. But what I will say is there is no way to explain what I saw next. So I am at the Foot Locker and I'm sitting on the bench. And what I'm doing now is I'm trying to get the salesperson to go in the back and get me another size shoe while I still have that size shoe with me, and then I walk out of the store. So I'm there trying to rock this guy to sleep, and then I hear a commotion outside the store. It was probably 50 to 60 feet away. And then it got louder and louder and what sounded like fireworks. Now, at first in my mind, I just chalked it up to kids being kids. Maybe someone else is stealing, and step one, finesse didn't work, so they had to go for step two, violence. I'm not thinking much of it. And then I hear the most blood-curdling screech I'd ever heard in my life. Now, with all this hooping and hollering going on, I realized this is not only the perfect opportunity to investigate, but I'm stealing, baby. So boom, I run out of the store and
If anyone hasn't caught on yet, this guy is clearly joking, right? There's a point to this. Because if you go to the rest of his videos on his profile, he has story times such as, I was Gypsy Rose's babysitter, I sent my guy to jail because he wouldn't front, I don't know what the fuck that means, schizophrenic best friend makes girl. Like, he's had, I was on a TV show, Shark Tank, according to him, has had every single life situation going, right? They're obviously like funny story time. But I just wanted to use this video and the comments underneath, right, to kind of show you, I just really spat, to kind of show you that people just don't get, people are very gullible when this is the most obvious joke ever. It's talking about stealing, and then you go to his profile and there's all this other stuff. There's people in the comments being like, you weren't there, show us pictures, prove it. Honey, it's a joke. It's a joke, right? So if you're gonna believe this guy saying this clearly obvious joke, of course you're gonna believe people being like, I saw, you know, a bit more serious, I saw a 10-foot alien and it was a shadow and it said that the government hate me. Okay, let's watch this. Okay, let's watch a police response. I think this is actually, it says MDP police. Let's watch their response to this situation.
All right, guys, so just to address a few clips that are going viral on social media right now. First, our response to that big incident in Bayside Marketplace. What happened was there was about 50 or more juveniles that were shooting fireworks at people. There was also...
Okay, so 50 or more, and everyone else is saying 4. Right? So the numbers are wrong straight up.
So some looting going on. So officers that were on that scene were having a little bit of trouble containing it. So they called what is called a citywide 3, which every officer in the city responded. That's why you saw so much police presence for that call to contain that crowd. Now, there is now video going viral of 8 to 10 foot aliens walking around Bayside. It's actually just a person walking with a shadow. So I can confirm to you all here today right now that there are no aliens in Miami in Bayside Marketplace at the moment. So it's Friday. I hope you guys have a great weekend and stay safe.
Okay, so they're obviously taking the piss a little bit. There's a lot of different information. The witnesses are saying there were 4 people. Actually, a lot of the witnesses don't even know why they were running, right? Let me tell you something. If you hear a gunshot like this, or if you hear big bang, especially 50, did you say 50 or 40? 50 people letting off fireworks, you are gonna shit yourself in a country where guns happen and are being, right? I'd be like, oh my fucking God, we should probably leave. And if people are running, you follow the crowd. There was an incident in London where somebody was, you know those metal shutters that pull down in front of a shop? I think that was a situation where somebody was pulling down the shutters, and I think it was just really, really loud. And this is when it was very busy in Oxford Street, which is kind of like one of the main places to go shopping within London. It caused this mass like panic and running. People were running into shop, and basically it was just a shutter shutting. But because the whole crowd were running and getting, you know, there was a bomb, people were like scared. Rightly so. I would be terrified, you know. But that kind of mass, like, what's it called, like group, like panic can make people run, can make people do crazy things. To be fair, running away to protect yourself isn't really crazy. It's a fine thing to do. If you saw loads of people running that way and you were going that way, I wouldn't be going that way anymore. I'll be running with them this way. That was a long way of saying I would follow them. There are conspiracy theorists out there, however, and listen, I'm with you on some things, but when it comes to things like this that are quite easily explainable, let me show you this.
The United States government doesn't want you to know what really happened in Miami New Year 2024.
I look back, no cap, yo. No cap, I look back, it looked like a big ass shadow but it was solid at the same time.
Disclaimer, this video is for entertainment purposes only and shouldn't be taken serious. Hundreds of police officers, helicopters, and more showed up for a call that allegedly was teenagers fighting with sticks.
Okay, wait, one second. This is the first time. I've been looking into this. This is the first time I've ever heard teenagers fighting with sticks. Where did that come from now? Why are people making stuff up? What you'll find is they're trying to lessen what the teenagers were doing to explain the big presence of the police officers and how many there were. Bear in mind, this was 50 teenagers letting off fireworks, right? Which happens. Teenagers let off fireworks in the street. It happens all the time. Not all the time, but around New Year, you know.
That's what they are telling us happened. But have you ever seen a police response like this for a fight? What if the truth is so sinister that once it gets out there, Pandora's box will forever be open? It's said that 7 to 10 foot tall creatures cloaked like something from a Predator movie and appearing as shadows was in that mall. People inside were firing gunshots at these creatures, and everyone was so scared that nobody could even pull out a phone to record. They was
Isn't that handy?
in fight or flight mode, and they was flighting. But this man later recorded the truth. Watch this.
A few shadows, but they were solid at
We've seen it, so I'll skip past it because it's not relevant anymore because they said it was fake.
Listen to what this pastor says.
Oh, the most trustworthy people.
I've been trying for 7 years and I get ridiculed if I start talking about these are not aliens from another planet. These are interdimensional beings that have been given a body.
Oh. And here's the deal. Listen, I'm not lessening your belief in aliens. Like, do you know how arrogant to think that we're the only people alive in this whole solar system? You know what I mean. We can't even comprehend how big the space is. We can't even comprehend how big space is. It keeps us up at night sometimes. Why would we be the only living being in that? I mean, that's a reasonable, in my mind, it's kind of reasonable, right? So I'm not against you on it, but let's compare this. Remember those aliens who landed in Vegas? Yeah. So this deal is, these aliens, I think, kind of crash landed, I don't know, but they were kind of hiding out in someone's garden, hiding behind things or on a building site or something. I could have easily Googled this, but I'll just pop a clip in.
Finally found it, alien, in the video. Missed it. Watch slowly as the eyes open. Face them on the right. Look here. Closes eyes or looks away and opens eyes again.
All right, so at the beginning, they're talking about the lady seeing something or asking if it's in the tractor or the forklift. I believe it's inside the tractor. You can see 2 dark shadows with glowy eyes. I'm going to put it in black and white. Maybe that will help a little bit. Give me 1 second. Right there. You can see right in the center, you can see 2 dark shadows sitting. This one is going to blink in a second. You'll see it right there. He blinked. They're both sitting there. They move, but ever so slightly. You can't really notice. And they're just sitting there. I'm not saying they're aliens. I'm not saying that this is a true video, but that is kind of shady. I'm gonna put a picture here with a silhouette in red so that you can see what I'm looking at. Let me know what you think in the comments.
Now, this to me is more believable, right? Because the aliens are kind of like, okay, we're staying back. We'd rather you not film us. They were able to film. They caught it on camera, right? So, but yet hundreds of people, not one of them could pull out their phone. I don't believe it. And that's another thing. So there was people too scared to pull out their phone. There were power outages. The aliens disrupted their phones. There was loads of different reasons why no one could film. Let's talk about this, right? If aliens were real, I will always remember this quote from Neil deGrasse Tyson. I'll always remember this. He said in an interview, if aliens were real... Oh, sorry about my dry eyelid, by the way. I forgot to talk about that. If aliens were real, they would be so much more intelligent than we are.
The smartest chimp does what our toddlers can do. And there's no way you will explain to a chimp, I'll have dinner ready at 6:30. Can you pick up some juice on the way home? The simplest human thoughts are inconceivable to a chimp. And their talents are about what our toddlers can do. So let's get back to this 1% smarter alien that we've discovered. What would we look like to them? Well, They would roll Stephen Hawking forward after combing the human species, and they'd say, this one is slightly smarter than the rest because he can do astrophysics calculations in his head like little Timmy over here, who just came home from preschool.
Imagine a being with 1% more intelligence than that, and then another 1% more intelligence than that. Think of the things they could do, and that terrified me. But do we think, oh, there's a plane. Oh my god, no, it's aliens. Imagine if I saw a UFO as I was doing this. So imagine, right, these aliens, super intelligent, super tall, apparently they can appear and disappear. Why is one of them walking around outside in front of all these cars and helicopters? They know what a helicopter is, they know what a police car is, they know cameras exist. If they wanted to take over the world and kill all those people, they could have done it a long time ago. So what are the aliens achieving here, right? What are they achieving here? What's the goal? Why are they appearing, reappearing? Were they chasing people, or were they just standing still? One of them decided to have a little walk slowly and like a mist and just be like, hey everyone, no worries, it's just us.
We have an update! Are you guys ready for this? Are you ready? Because I don't think you're ready for it. Alright. I found somebody, apparently their dad is a police officer in Miami, and this is what he had to say.
For sheriff, and I just talked to him. He didn't say anything about that. Hey, did you, have you been seeing the alien stuff? Did you see that at Bayside? Are you serious? You're joking. You're joking. Did they tell you not to talk about it? Can you at least say, like, whatever? So, okay, so they're saying it's like a fight broke out. Why did they send so many police cars? Are you serious? You can't say any? You're no help, dude.
My response to that is, why would this guy be putting his dad's job on the line by filming him secretly and revealing truth about it? Untrue, incorrect. Do I believe that there may be secret things that the police and the government can't talk about? Sure, why not? But I believe that this is an untrue situation, because you wouldn't film your own dad or relative or whoever and secretly and put their job on the line and post it to TikTok if they revealed anything. So they were filming him ready for him to explain stuff, right? But because he couldn't believe that he couldn't share the information with him. Not true. I have to add in here as well, this guy, Brendan on TikTok, did like an update kind of situation. He was like, no, I filmed my dad because I knew he wouldn't say anything. But like also as well, you're on the internet. People are going to take him not saying anything as admitting that something happened. So you're still putting his job on the line. Still not true. You know what, let's take a clearer look at that footage, because I know you're all like, oh my god, panicking, there's an alien walking outside. Let's take a clearer look at what that actually is.
Let's talk about those 10-foot tall aliens that were roaming around the Miami Mall, which has somehow taken social media by storm. So on New Year's Day, video was released showing an insane amount of cops flocking to the Miami Mall. The police later said that 4 teenagers were detained and faced charges of burglary and grand theft. People online were instantly like, what are you hiding? Because that's a lot of cops for arresting a couple teenagers. So one person who claimed they were there starts talking online about how there were 10-foot tall aliens walking around, UFOs, yada yada, which is what the police were really going after. In reality, those rascals that thought a New Year's Day brawl would be fun also brought fireworks which were set off. The reason so many police showed up for something so simple is because people thought it was an active shooter. But too late, the alien theory has won the internet, and now people are dissecting a blurry video claiming this must be the alien. The guy even said in a follow-up video he was kidding about his story and he's never even been to Miami, but it's too late. People that believed him are now convinced the government went after him specifically to cover up his story. But what about that blurry mystery figure? Well, a clearer video shows that it's just 3 people walking beside each other.
That's all it is, Hans. That's all it is. No need to be crazy. No need to any of this. Listen, one day they're gonna come. They're gonna come for us. It's fine. One day, just hold out. I reckon we got another 10 years. And the aliens will be here. They'll be wherever you go. Will they be nice? I think they'll be great. Will we treat them like shit? Probably. Okay, let me know your opinions down below. Did aliens touch down in Miami and did a bit of shopping? Let me know. Consider subscribing and I will see you in the next one. Bye.